All right, chat. Let's get the world's craziest prison escape. Let's get it.
July 1st, 2018, 9:20 a.m. A high-security prison south of Paris, one of the largest, most modern, and most secure detention centers in France.
We need it all. I want to see a lot of notes being taken, noting. When they're just talking notes, write notes, chat. Chat, imagine me and you are stuck in a prison together. Me and YRG. You expect us to just, what, conform to the rule, just stay there? No, motherfucker, we're gonna break out. What did I say on the quiz I just took? Freedom. Freedom is what I said. So we gotta take notes. Noted. Yes, noted. Let me get some noteds in the chat.
Hundreds of guards, massive 17-foot walls lined with barbed wire, and armored doors. The courtyards are covered with anti-helicopter netting. On all 4 watchtowers, snipers with assault rifles stand at the ready. In solitary confinement cell 207, inmate number 00101189
he did not break out of solitary confinement.
Waits to be escorted to a visiting room. He is the most heavily guarded prisoner in the country.
Chat, what do you think he did?
In at least 30 robberies, some including hostages, one involving a cash and transit heist that led to the death of a police officer.
Oh.
Twice, he slipped away from the police right at the scene of the crime.
Oh,
and 5 years ago, in 2013, he pulled off a spectacular escape from another high-security prison, using a smuggled gun and explosives to blast his way out.
What?
2 guards unlock his cell to pat him down. They do find something suspicious.
What?
But it's just a pack of gum. The guards like him, despite his staggering record of high-stakes crimes. He's easygoing, funny, and likable. It's almost like he's perfectly comfortable here, behind bars.
Yeah, Playboy Max eyebrows.
20 miles away,
how do you think he breaks out, chat?
Flight instructor
Give me some predicts.
Stefan Bai welcomes 2 new students, Frédéric and Julien, father and son. They're both hyped for their flight. They say they just want to tag along and watch him fly.
Yo, this nigga got dwarfism? What is that?
But they do request it to be on board the Alouette 2, a vintage collector's model from the 1950s. The pair have been marveling at it because it just looks so pretty. Something feels sketchy. Stefan will later recall that he thought they were wearing wigs. But hey, money is money, right? They pay 500 euros in cash up front. Back in jail, the prisoner is escorted to the visitors block for high-risk inmates.
Okay.
It's situated as far away from the prison entrance as possible.
Okay.
Prison management has been on edge for a while, noticing a change in the inmate's behavior. He's received more visits and seemed to be sending coded messages during phone calls. His casual vibe with the guards could be a tactic to extract useful intel. A couple of days ago, a drone was spotted scouting the facility from above. Stefan is waiting for his students on an open field. He has landed on the clearing because they said they needed to stop to pee. They stepped out and disappeared behind some trees. When they return, they're armed. They claim to know his family and his home address. They say they have been watching him for months, and that their accomplices are waiting at his house as they speak. If he doesn't do exactly as they say, his family dies. They'll tell him where to fly next. On the visitor side of booth number 50.
So we need outside men. We need outside men. Chat, who's gonna be our outside men? Who'd be good outside soldiers? Let's get some notes going. Shall we? I'm telling y'all to take notes. We need to take notes. I need to take notes too, gang. I'd be a hypocrite if I didn't take notes. Wait. Wait. Okay, that gay shit. That y'all know what that was, bro. Y'all see that gay? Y'all know what it was. There's no homo. Is that bad to say? No homo? Is no homo bad to say? All right, chat. 1, outside men. Who would be your outside men and woman / woman? Who would be like a good outside, like people are not gonna suspect that they're like, you feel me? Senna is bait. I feel like Senna will get us caught, bro. Team agent. Ooh. Popo Midas M Maya. Landon. What? Okay, Landon. What the what you gonna do, Landon? Saeed. Oh no, Saeed is 1. Oh my god, Saeed is 1. Saeed gotta be 1. Saeed. Let's get Adapt. Is Adapt 1? Adapt Saeed. Who's another peculiar one? Rock Out Lee. I'm not gonna lie. That's a fact. Let me tell you why that's a fact. Rock Out Lee would do anything for YRG. He would do anything, bro. He'll do anything, like literally anything, bro. Dead ass. Let's throw a. Wait, I saw a clip about Yana. Yo, Joe, send me that Yana clip. Just remember, chat. These are our outside men/women that's gonna help us out escape so far. That's our number one we need.
Home address.
Noted, chat.
They say they have been watching him for months, and that their accomplices are waiting at his house as they speak. If he doesn't do exactly as they say, his family dies. They'll tell him where to fly next. On the visitor side of
Where did they fly
50,
to the prison?
the inmate's older brother is waiting to see his sibling.
That's
He has
terrible.
no idea that his little brother is about to pull off the most spectacular prison break in French history.
Yo, what? What? This nigga got a real intro, bruh.
The prisoner calmly waiting for his helicopter ride is Redouane Faïd. He's the country's most infamous criminal. He's also a best-selling author, a movie buff and adrenaline junkie.
What?
And to many in France's immigrant suburbs, he's also a legend. But to understand all this, we need to go back to the beginning.
Chapter 1. Why is he kind of...
1978, a suburb near Paris. This is 6-year-old Redouane. He's still in kindergarten, browsing through a newly opened store with his brother, who's 2 years older than him. There's not a single thing in this shop the two could afford. Their parents are Algerian immigrants. The father works in a factory. The mother cleans houses.
Okay.
At home, the boys shared a cramped 3-room apartment with 9 other siblings.
Right.
The social housing block is surrounded by wealthy
family?
suburbs, full of wealthy French kids. Redouane and his brother do not fit the mold. And the store detective makes sure they know it. He calls them petite merguez, a racial slur for Algerian immigrants.
What? Petite merguez? What the fuck? Wait, can I get banned for that if I call someone a petite merguez?
But other than that, he doesn't really pay attention to them. Out in the parking lot, the brothers divide up their haul. It's Redouane's first theft ever.
Oh shit. My first theft was Yu-Gi-Oh cards. And then I got pussy and told my mom, and she smacked the fuck out of me in the parking lot and took me back in the store. And yeah, and my conscience ate me alive. And then after that, I never told her what I did anything illegal again. Bro, I ain't gonna lie, me and my sister are different, bro. Like, if I did something and I got in trouble for it, I'll just get better at hiding it. If my sister did something and got in trouble for it, she'll generally stop doing it because she'll get in trouble. Like, we are the opposite, bro.
A couple of weeks later, he gets caught. His parents are furious, and his father whips him 20 times with a belt. His mother makes him promise he will never steal again. Around this time, Redouane discovers the world of film, especially French crime thrillers and American gangster movies. He watches them on repeat, memorizes entire scenes, and acts them out at home for his family. By his teens, stealing isn't just survival anymore. It's a way of life. He and his friends swipe TVs, stereos, VCRs, car radios, and computers. They use the money to buy Adidas sneakers and flashy tracksuits. But more than anything, they go to the movies. Again and again.
Okay, see, here's you feel me? Anytime I ever did something though, except for like the Yu-Gi-Oh cards, because I couldn't get it. I feel like they get to the point, like niggas get to the point where they just like, they feel like they too OP, so they doing it for the fun. I did ass fucking was taking the pub subs allegedly because I was fucking hungry. You know what I'm saying? WND does though. WND does.
Car radios, and computers. They use the money to buy Adidas sneakers and flashy tracksuits. But more than anything, they go to the movies. Again and again. Then, at 18 years old, Redouane commits his first bank robbery. He walks in. Then, at 18 years old, Redouane commits his first bank robbery. He walks in armed, holds the bank employee at gunpoint, and threatens her with a line straight from the French crime film, Marine. Shut up. Do what I tell you. I've got nothing against you. I only want the money. Think of your children. After the robbery, he simply goes back to school and studies for his high school exams. There's no one to scold him anymore at home.
Wait, so in France, an 18-year-old robbed a bank and they like...
I only want the money. Think of your children. After the robbery, he simply goes back to school and studies for his high school exams. There's no one to scold him anymore at home.
Bro, if that was in America, that nigga's getting caught by dawn, gang. Like, by dawn.
His father has moved back to Algeria, and his mother is dying of leukemia.
Oh, shit.
He'll later write in his autobiography that, from that moment on, he stopped caring. Redouane Faïd's crimes are getting bigger, and they seem to be directly inspired by American action films. During a heist, he and his crew end up taking a bank director and his family hostage. They are wearing rubber masks with the faces of famous politicians,
no.
just like Patrick Swayze in Point Break. Redouane even delivers a line from the movie when they leave the scene.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, and please don't forget to vote!
I'm not gonna lie, I feel like certain people's brains aren't like there enough to be watching movies like this. Like a nigga like me or a regular motherfucker could watch this movie and be like, oh, that was cool, and not want to do it in real life. There's niggas out there whose brains are just not wired the right way. Hey, NMS, how y'all doing? That was watch a movie and be like, fuck, I gotta do that shit, bro.
In another hostage
Yo, YG, say hi to the NMS, the ones that, because Jason just ended.
Situation 2
Greet your
years later,
cousins.
Faïd and his men show up in sharp black
Greet your twins.
suits in homage to Tarantino's Reservoir Dogs. They even adopt the thing with the color-coded aliases.
Mr. White, Mr. Blonde, Mr. Blue, Mr. Orange, Mr. Pink.
But this time, the job goes sideways, and they have to flee from the cops,
Oh,
just
shit.
like in the movie. However, all these spectacular crimes still don't seem enough for
We
Faïd.
flee from the
One of
cops
his
like
all-time
it's a
favorite
game.
gangster films is Michael Mann's Heat, and after watching it over and over again, he sets himself a new goal. The holy grail of robbery, armored trucks.
Oh, brother.
An industrial area on the outskirts of Paris, Faïd is behind the wheel of a Renault. He spots his target, a 6-ton armored truck with 3 armed guards inside,
Over.
and slams his car straight into it. Within seconds, 2 more cars appear, blocking the truck from the front and back. 5 men in hockey masks jump out, AK-47s in hand, just like in the movie Heat. They surround the truck, moving fast. One of them slaps an explosive-looking package onto the windshield. The guards step out and surrender. Faïd and his crew start emptying the truck, but there's a problem. It's simply too much cash. Moving the money out takes way too long.
Oh, shit.
After just 3 minutes, police are on the scene.
What the fuck y'all doing? Y'all got a fucking Brinks Bank truck that is too much cash. Where you putting it? In your butt? I'm not gonna lie. If the going got tough, bro, I'm putting some shit up my ass, bro. I'll do it. No cap, bro. This is my only shot at getting rich, nigga. Something gotta go up somewhere. I'ma swallow some, put some on my ass, put all in my pockets, all in my pants, in my shoes. You dig what I'm saying?
Gunfire erupts. Faïd takes a bullet to the shoulder.
Oh, shit.
He does manage to escape with his crew, but he has lost blood on the crime scene. Now the police have his DNA and start to investigate his identity.
GG.
And if they catch him, he's looking at 15 years behind bars.
GG. Yo, these French police low-key ass, though.
Stéphane Baye and his 2 captors land for a second time. The hijackers have 2 more men waiting on the ground. They haul large black duffel bags into the helicopter.
Hey, 5-star.
One of them climbs in, all dressed in black.
Greet
hood pulled over
5-star
his
chat.
head.
Greet him.
Stéphane is held at gunpoint the entire time. Now he's ordered to take off again. He flips the ignition switches and presses the starter, but nothing happens. The kidnappers think he's trying to outsmart them and start freaking out. They beat and threaten him. If he doesn't do as they say, his family dies.
Bro, the helicopter's selling
Stéphane
him.
manages to convince them that he really needs to step out to check the wiring. Finally, the engine roars back to life. They take off again.
Shit.
The hijackers are well prepared. The duffel bags are packed with tear gas, smoke grenades, masks, AK-47s, and an angle grinder.
Holy shit.
And so the heli thunders towards the high-security prison, where Redouane Faïd is sitting calmly in visiting room 50, chatting away with his older brother.
You're caught.
Hands down, this really is the kind of stuff you'd expect in a Hollywood blockbuster.
This
But
better
say
be
you're in
an ad.
the US and can't stream this French crime thriller due to geo-restrictions. Enter CyberGhost earlier, the Move-and-Pick Hotel in Basel. An employee enters a room to prepare it for the next guest. She has no idea she is not alone. Redouane Faïd has been hiding there for over 3 hours. Outside, the police are searching for him across the entire city.
Holy shit.
A few hours earlier, Faïd was arrested on a train heading from Germany to France. German federal police took him into custody. He had been hiding abroad for months. But when the officers
This
escort him
nigga's
off the
so
train,
ugly.
he manages
It
to break
is
free.
shit.
He runs straight across the
Yo, wait, hold on. What the fuck?
But when the officers escort him off the train, he manages to break free.
Bro, why look like he running like this, bro? Is that Jason? Why look like he running like this? The fuck? Oh, my knee. Hold on, I'm getting fucking knee mobility, bro. Chat. Chat. Knee. Chat, I was really in a wheelchair a few months ago. Chat. Chat! Can you believe this is the same man that was in a wheelchair? Shit! We're getting somewhere. I can't do that, okay? Can't do that, but we're getting somewhere. My little clank, yo, chill. That's big clanker to you, gang.
He runs straight across the tracks to shake the cops. A train roars in and blocks the officers from following.
Oh, there's no way.
He jumps several meters down and twists his ankle, so now he's limping. Somehow he makes it to the back entrance of the Move and Pick hotel and sneaks inside. He finds several open doors since the cleaning staff are still working. He needs to get out of here somehow.
Yo,
he thinks
you know what's
about calling
crazy?
a contact in Strasbourg.
You can't do this in 2025 America, bro. First of all, hotels nowadays, you need the card key to even use the elevator to go up to the floors. And two, the beds in these hotels, you can't go under. It's like flushed to the ground.
But he doesn't have a phone. So what now? There's a payphone right outside the hotel, but he also doesn't have any coins. He calmly approaches the receptionist to ask if she can give him some change for a bill. She places the coins in front of him, which leads to another problem. His hands are still cuffed. What if she notices and calls the police? Fayed keeps it cool.
Chat, what are you doing? Are you minding your business or are you gonna call the police?
Usually reading a promo poster behind the desk. The moment the receptionist turns away, he quickly scoops up the coins. The first call fails, and he disappears onto the hotel rooftop to hide for a couple of hours. He tries again, turns around, and finds himself surrounded by 20 police officers.
Holy shit! How?
The next day, Fayed is at the hospital with two officers to have his ankle checked. He seems to be in serious pain, but that's just an act. In a fraction of a second, he drops his crutches and snatches a gun from one of the officers. He trained in Krav Maga during his time in Israel, a super efficient military combat technique designed for fast defense and brutal disarmament. Before the second officer can react, Fayed drives his elbow into his face. The officer drops, and Fayed takes his gun too. Then he runs.
This nigga disarmed two police officers, gang. Yo, what?
Brutal disarmament. Before the second officer can react, Fayed drives his elbow into his face. The officer drops, and Fayed takes his gun too.
Nigga,
then
Kimbo,
he runs
GG.
as fast as he can for the second time in 24 hours.
Wait. Even hold on. When you go to the hospital, you're still in cuffs. Where's the cuffs at? Did they explain that?
From one of the officers. In a fraction of a second, he drops his crutches and snatches a gun from
They'd have him in a wheelchair or some
officers.
Shit. They wouldn't give him a fucking crutches.
During his time in Israel, a super efficient military combat technique designed for fast defense and brutal disarmament. Before the second officer can react, Fayed drives his elbow into his face. The officer drops, and Fayed takes his gun too.
Kimbo that shit. Bah!
Then he runs as fast as he can for the second time in 24 hours.
Holy shit.
You would think a guy like that would be watched extra closely in jail.
Yeah.
At 11:18 a.m., this prison guard hears a strange noise. A low hum or buzzing sound coming from outside. To her, it sounds like a leaf blower. Weird, she thinks. The gardeners are not supposed to work on Sundays. Well, it's not a leaf blower. But the facility is prepared for this. This sentinel receives an urgent order over the radio. Unseal. The same thing happens on other watchtowers. Each one is equipped with a special case. The guard has to break the seal to open it. Inside is an HK G36 assault rifle. He grabs it and takes aim. The helicopter just keeps descending. The prison yards are covered with anti-helicopter netting. Flying in here would be a suicide mission. But this is not a random helicopter. It's a 60-year-old vintage model, just small enough to slip through this unsecured gap in the last one of the prison yards. Also, this is not a regular landing. In fact, they're not touching down at all. Redouane Faïd must have known somehow that prison guards are not allowed to shoot at a flying helicopter. There's a proper protocol for this.
Oh!
And maybe he also knew that Stéphane Baye is one of the few pilots in all of France who are skilled enough to pull this off, to keep this specific type of vintage heli steady enough while hovering above the ground.
Holy fuck.
Investigators will later discover that Faïd had been writing letters to Stéphane's stepdaughter for 2 entire years. And this friendship was not Faïd's only connection to the outside world, because at this point, Redouane Faïd was already a star.
He looks way more calm when he's not cartoonized.
October 2010, 12 years after his escape in Basel, 8 years before his helicopter prison break, Redouane Faïd sits in a French talk show.
Gangster, braqueur, voyou, voleur, appelez ça comme vous voulez, il revendique à peu près tous ces mots-là. Bonjour Redouane Faïd.
Bonjour.
Wait.
Les banques, vous en avez braqué combien en tout?
How was he able to do this?
Officiellement, j'en ai braqué qu'une, puisque j'ai été condamné que pour une banque. On m'a soupçonné d'en avoir braqué une trentaine, mais bon, ça c'est que des dires et des racontards.
He's a welcome guest at the time.
How is he able to do this?
Redouane Faïd has written a book about a cinematic crime.
Wait, how is he able to do that if he's on the run? He got away from the fucking police. How is he able to sit in a talk show and talk? I don't know.
Crimes. So now he's making the rounds on French TV to promote it.
C'est terrible de dire ça, mais le cinéma a été pour moi un mode d'emploi pour braquer.
Et on voyait ça un petit peu, l'attaque de fourgon blindé en ligne de mire. Pourquoi? Parce que quand tu attaques un fourgon blindé, c'est le top des tops.
That's where the real money is.
Former gangster. Well, not so long ago, he was anything but. In late 1998, 3 months after his escape in Basel, Faïd was caught and sentenced to 18 years in jail for armed robbery.
Oh.
He was granted parole for good behavior after just under 9 years. Now he presents himself as a changed man, as someone who has learned his lesson.
La vie de bandit, c'est que de la vie de merde. Vous savez, vous faites souffrir tout le monde. Quand vous allez en prison, c'est une sanction carrément qui est collective parce que votre famille, votre femme, vos enfants, vos frères, vos sœurs, vos parents, tout le monde paye.
He got married. His brother has landed him an office job. He appears to be taking it easy now.
There's no way
At one
you
point,
throw this
he
away.
attends a film event where Michael Mann is physically present, the director of Heat, the very film that inspired his biggest heist.
Moi, personnellement, je suis un ancien gangster. Malheureusement, je m'en vante pas. Je viens de faire une dizaine d'années de prison. J'ai attaqué des fourgons blindés, des bijouteries, des banques, monsieur Toubiana, je pense. Et je leur ai répondu que non. J'avais un conseiller technique, un prof de fac, une sorte de mentor. Il s'appelle Michael Mann. Alors ma question, en fait, elle est simple. C'est est-ce qu'il a conscience qu'il y ait des gangsters qui puissent s'inspirer de son cinéma? Parce que moi, ça m'est arrivé.
Faïd addresses Mann directly. Michael Mann looks amused, but also a bit uncomfortable. He doesn't know what to say.
Thank you for that. I don't know how to respond.
In another talk show stint, Faïd is asked if he thinks he could ever relapse.
Ah non, moi mes démons, vous savez, ils sont morts, ils sont pas endormis.
That's a bold-faced lie, because at this point, he's already back to committing
capping out
crimes.
his ass.
And not just petty theft, but a crime so shocking it will shake the entire country.
What the fuck did
May
he do?
20th, 2010, Créteil, a suburb southeast of downtown Paris. 2 officers are on routine patrol, Thierry M. and his partner Aurélie Fouquet. Fouquet is 26 years old. She became a mother just a year ago. For them, it's just another day on the job. But then they get a call from the National Police. They're told to head to the A4 highway exit. Some criminals are on the run in a white van. They pull up at an intersection with flashing lights and blaring sirens. They have no idea what they're about to get into. These men had a plan to rob an armored cash truck carrying 16 million euros. But 30 minutes ago, a routine traffic stop turned their heist into a high-speed, all-out chase with the police. Now they've crashed and need a new getaway car.
Oh, no.
But at that exact moment, the 2 patrol officers arrive. The gang doesn't hesitate to open fire.
Oh, shit.
The windshield of the patrol car alone is pierced by 16 bullets. Fouquet is hit multiple times. The gunmen flee. Fouquet is rushed to the hospital.
That's the one with the
By the end of the day, she's dead. The murder of Aurélie Fouquet sends shockwaves throughout the entire country. At her funeral, thousands of police officers stand in mourning. Among them is French President Nicolas Sarkozy. He posthumously awards her a Medal of Honor and delivers a promise. He will do everything it takes to find out who did it.
Les meurtriers d'Aurélie Fouquet,
oh, no.
Je le dis devant son cercueil, seront punis avec la sévérité qu'exige l'ignominie de leur crime.
Redouane Faïd feels safe. So safe he keeps telling his gangster stories on camera. Here he is in a documentary. The film recounts how Fouquet was gunned down, and then Redouane Faïd appears, not as a suspect, not as a fugitive, but as an expert on this kind of heist. At the time, the filmmakers had no idea that the man sitting in front of them had a part in the killing of Aurélie Fouquet. The failed attack on the armored cash truck has Faïd's signature all over it, but he has an airtight alibi, and he swears he was not involved. But investigators keep digging and eventually find compelling surveillance footage. A security camera has caught Faïd inside the white van used by the criminals. Faïd was not on the scene when the shots were fired, but police gather enough evidence to pin him down as the mastermind behind the operation.
GG, bro.
After 1 year on the run, Faïd is captured. Again, and he goes straight back to prison.
GG, bro.
Whether you're invited to a talk show or heading out on a date, there are moments when you want to look your best. But shaving is often a struggle. Many men experience razor burns and get nervous about shaving.
The Great Escape.
2 inmates are taking out the trash, accompanied by a prison guard.
Look at that fucking
Suddenly they
Clay Thompson.
see a helicopter in the courtyard next to them. They wonder if it could be firefighters. The unarmed warden bolts into a nearby office, hiding behind bulletproof glass. Meanwhile, the 2 prisoners are about to witness Redouane Faïd's spectacular prison escape up close.
Yo,
One of the 3 men stays with Stéphane, the pilot, and continues to press a gun to his head. The other 2 jump out. They are masked and wearing bulletproof vests beneath their clothes. Each of them carries an AK-47. They've just landed in the honored courtyard. Prisoners do not have access here. It's only used when inmates enter or leave the facility. That's why nobody thought anti-helicopter cables were needed here.
Yo.
The man in green runs towards a reinforced white door. He carries an angle grinder with a 14-inch 35cm blade. His partner sets off 3 smoke grenades, releasing thick white smoke. The helicopter's spinning blades turn it into a roaring chaos, until the entire courtyard is engulfed, a complete whiteout. The sound of the cutting angle screeches through the entire prison. Faïd knows what that means. It's time. By now, it's clear to everyone that nobody here is blowing leaves. The blade of the grinder slices through the locking doors. Clean, precise. 40 seconds is all it takes. The man in green can just push the door open and step inside. The guard slowly...
Chat, who's gonna be handling the saw out of the squad? The Dat, Rock Out Lee, Syed, Yana. Who's gonna be having the pilot with a gun to their head? Okay, Adapt got the saw. Got the angle grinder. Who got the gun to the head? Lee. Lee got the gun to the head. Saeed got the gun. I think Saeed is like planning it all out behind the scenes. And Yana is with the Dat.
They realize what's happening, but they're not carrying firearms and are unable to interfere. One of them sticks to protocol and calls the Civil Aviation Authority. They don't understand what's happening. Another calls the standard line for police emergencies and gets put on hold. A third contacts the local police, but the officer on the other end thinks it's a prank. The sentinels on the 4 watchtowers are the only ones carrying firearms, but they can't see the helicopter because their view is blocked by other buildings. And they're not allowed to fire at a flying aircraft anyway. Total, utter chaos. By now, Faïd's brother knows exactly what's going on. He's furious. He thought his brother was ready to change. And now this, another escape. He just can't help himself. Faïd's accomplice has already cut his way through several locks. And now he has reached the door to visiting room 50, where Redouane Faïd is waiting. The angle grinder slices through the metal. The door is open. Faïd has been waiting for this. He storms out and rushes down a long corridor, followed by the man in green. His brother is left behind, frozen and stunned. At 11:28 a.m., Redouane Faïd steps into the prison courtyard, 10 minutes after the helicopter got there. He sees the 2 inmates that have taken out the trash, brings his right hand to his temple, and gives them an Air Force salute. Then he climbs into the helicopter. Dozens of inmates stand pressed against the bars of their cells to watch. As the helicopter lifts off, the entire prison erupts into applause. It's almost like a movie scene.
Is there not air traffic control that could see unwanted fucking flying shit in the air? And it's like, yo, I just feel like Fresh is drooling, bro.
A French gangster who broke out of jail by hijacking a helicopter.
A notorious gangster is on the run again.
Criminal who is a big movie fan. He has broken out of prison twice
and
now.
you can just about make out the helicopter flying off into the distance.
Multiple armed men who hijacked a helicopter
which picked up Redouane Faïd from within the prison grounds.
The news of Redouane Faïd's prison break spreads across the world.
Yo, this nigga's him,
He was already
bro.
famous, a TV figure, the center of a cult-like hype. But this is a whole new level. A well-known French actress writes on social media, "Bravo, Redouane Faïd. All of France is with you." The French police declare him the country's most wanted man.
All of
3
France
months
is
later,
with
the
you.
authorities track him down, hiding in an apartment in his hometown, Cailles. He's been disguising himself under a burqa during public outings. When he finally stands trial in 2020, authorities take extreme security measures, including a no-fly zone above the courthouse.
Including a
The court
no-fly
cites a
zone.
psychiatric assessment describing him as a social predator and gifted at manipulation. He uses his charm and intelligence to control others and get what he wants.
I'm not gonna lie. I know y'all niggas think they know what manipulation is and shit like that. But I know a few people that are fucking good. Like, there's some people that are scarily good at manipulating shit, bro. Like, it's an art. Like, that shit is low-key, like, psychotic, bro. Like, dead ass. You just say be bestie. He'll kill your ass at everything you do. Nah, bro. See, anybody on the planet thinks I'm you don't even know what. I don't think niggas know what manipulation fuck it is, gang. Like, there's some demons, bro. Like, and they'll try to use it on me, and I'm reading it like a book, but I'm like, yo, if I was any other motherfucker, they falling for this shit.
Faïd himself says that for him, it was always about the adrenaline. He says he is addicted to it and calls himself a sick man.
Nigga,
His
go
Hollywood-style
fucking
heists
parkour or
make
some
headlines
shit.
worldwide, but he also
You manipulated chat into forgetting about your. I didn't manipulate y'all to nothing. I just didn't fucking haven't done them yet. I didn't manipulate shit. I just haven't done them. See, that's how y'all don't know what manipulation is,
made his
bro.
family
Y'all some
suffer,
rulers.
traumatized hostages, and caused the death of a 26-year-old police officer. Faïd stood 2 separate trials: for his heists, his role in Aurélien Fouquet's death, and his 2 escapes from prison. He was sentenced to a total of 39 years in jail. His lawyer says he's been held in
only
solitary confinement
39,
since
yo.
2019. He is strip searched up to 5 times a day at random intervals.
Yo!
At least 4 guards escort him to each and every one of his phone calls. And even then, his hands have to remain in shackles. Faïd himself says he feels like he's been buried alive. His earliest possible release date is 2060. He would be 88 years old by then.
It's over for you, bro. You had a good run, though. I hope it was worth it. I hope you enjoyed all that crazy shit you was doing. But that's the thing, bro.